The starting point with precedent, I think, is quite a simple one. I'm sure it's no secret to say, well, you know, what underlies this idea is that like cases should be decided in the same way. Now, that's a very bald statement, isn't it? Like cases should be decided in the same way. We could elaborate it. The idea is if they are sufficiently alike in law and fact, and the decision comes from a court that's senior in the hierarchy of courts, then that becomes a binding decision for other courts when a similar case, similar in law and fact, comes to be decided. That's the basic idea, isn't it? My fear is that we can lose the golden thread in this subject, or to shift the metaphor, we fail to see the wood for the trees. Unless we really remember what's going on with precedent, right? Okay, yes, it's a doctrine, there is some case law on it, and we need to understand what's going on in this case law. But I think we also need to understand fundamentally what precedent is. I'm going to say this, like the argument in the politics of the common law. Precedent is really a culture of argument. That's what it is. And all these attempts by textbook writers to say, here are the rules of precedent, here's how precedent, the advantage, disadvantage of precedent, I don't think that really gets us to the truth of what's going on. And that is judges interpreting, judges arguing. That's what I mean when I say that precedent is a culture of argument. I mean, any argument must justify itself by reference to a principle. I mean, a legal argument in particular must justify itself by reference to a principle or to a rule. So a great deal of what is going on in precedent is just this, a culture of argument that makes reference to principles